hold like Sam Uthoff's doing right now. You'd want to turn and kick out and clear instead of wasting clock time, because right now the clock is your enemy, and just by rolling around and hanging on, you know, now he's almost putting himself into trouble. He should have just he was almost out, should have just turned and kicked and gotten his 1-point escape.
Look at that. Okay. Now Hellickson turning this into a scoring opportunity here.
Eisram and Stotts both on their feet over there, tied up 1-1. Coming right down to the end of regulation, and scramble here. And Stotts is going to almost come around, but Eisram, look at him go. Comes up with his arm and cuts him off, and this one's going to go into overtime. No action really to speak of
no.
for about 5 minutes and 30 seconds there. But that last 30 seconds, that was some great wrestling by those two.
Then they decided, let's get this going.
20 seconds to go over there between Uthoff and Hellickson. 8-4. It's the lead for Hellickson. Now we're into overtime over there. Stotts and Eisram. Mat number 3, which is in the top left corner of your screen.
Looks like a Sands 1-0 lead right now. The Waverly Shellrock senior is 1-0 on Paul Glenn. Paul Glenn, a finalist last year, runner-up at 120. No stranger to this part of the tournament. His teammate Gallagher over here, Mark, looking for points.
Yeah, he needs some. He needs 2. He needs a takedown here bad. He's down by a score of 4-2 right now by Oskaloosa, and he's going to have to desperately try. He's in on that shot, but
control by
DeYoung is trying to get around behind him and capture another 2, and it looks like he's going to get it, and he does. So that's pretty much ends that opportunity for Gallagher and Bettendorf there at the 126-pound weight class. So it's going to be DeYoung of Oskaloosa moving on to the finals to take on Hellickson, which it looks like is going to be over there. He's going to beat Uthoff. He's up by a score 8-4.
Mat 3's the match that won't end, guys.
Well, the battle continues. Eisram and Stotts.
They're dead heat, aren't they?
Also, likewise, 1-1 now in the third period between
Mat 4.
Glenn and Sands. Tough match on Mat 4. Really good piece of wrestling by Skylar DeYoung there. Jackson Gallagher's tough, obviously, folks, here with Bettendorf. Great piece of wrestling there by the senior from Oski.
There's Glenn with the takedown for Bettendorf right there. Third period of that match, so he takes a 3-1 lead over Sands of Waverly Shellrock, but Waverly Shellrock Sands wastes no time, comes out to his feet for a 1-point escape. So we're into a battle here, 3-2 with 53 seconds to go in the third period. Still tied up 1-1 in overtime over there between Stotts of West Des Moines Valley and Eisram of Linmar.
Okay. Eisram with control. See if he can keep that. And Stotts tries to get away. It's like we have Michael Zachary starting up with Spencer Nevels. Folks, Spencer Nevels is here. In case you tuned in to watch Henry Pohlmeyer, this is a rematch of a winger, great match at the Winger Classic. Nevels upsets Henry Pohlmeyer last round to get here in the quarters. Just unbelievable effort by Nevels, really putting it together. And Michael Zachary, you want a fast, exciting wrestler. This is your guy.
He can also return punts, but
yeah, he's a great punt returner. He can score points on the field and on the mat. We just keep going on mat 3.
Yeah, we're down to the
Stotts has got it.
Second overtime here.
He's got to hold on here. Look at Glenn with the win.
Yep. He held
nice effort by Sands. Does not hold on. 3-2 victory for Glenn. He's back in the finals again. Very important comeback there for him and for Bettendorf. Excellent job by Nathan Sands.
Still got a match at 120 here. Mat 3.
Semifinal matchup on mat number 4.
Right. Haven't even got a chance to mention Josh Wenger of Cedar Rapids Prairie, a 3-time fourth-place finisher. How about that? Fourth, and fourth. It looks like he's going to better that this year.
He should. I think he's definitely the man to beat in the bracket. He comes out with a 2-0 lead right now. Real quick takedown. He's taking on Sini of Fort Madison. Chase Sini, 25-4 senior. I think you're probably going to see, we're waiting for Kelly. Actually, Kelly of Cedar Falls coming up on the mat over here on mat number 4. Coming up here shortly. You're probably going to see those two in the finals, but they both have to get through these semifinals first. There's 2-point near fall for Josh Wenger. So he's going to make that a 4-0 lead. Wenger just been on fire all year. Really, really tough.
Just a tremendous year by him, and Stotts pulls it out over here on mat 3. One escape did it, and he, well, doesn't look like Adrian wants to accept that. Stotts is going to be your winner. On to the finals for the Valley Tiger. Tough loss there for Adrian. Big battle. We have Keegan Shaw taking on #1 Danny Kelly from Cedar Falls here on mat 4. So we'll get a new match on mat 3 after that overtime classic at 120.
Yeah.
Shaw and Kelly, different styles. Shaw is a scrambling maniac. Just always out of position and always finding a way to score regardless. But Kelly is pretty solid, rock solid.
And he's got a lot of family history. You know, the Kellys, you know, Michael Kelly, Will Kelly, his coach. You know, they're pretty good at some upper body, you know, Greco-Roman type stuff. He's got a good feel for things. Just like that right there, he's almost putting Keegan Shaw in danger right there. Keegan Shaw actually got hurt earlier in the duels.
Boy, did he.
An ankle, I believe.
Thought he might have been out for the rest of the tournament, and he bounced right back. Tough kid.
That's a tough thing. One of the many tough things about having the duels the day before the traditional tournament is you get an injury, and then, you know, you're out of luck for your traditional state tournament. It's just very unfortunate.
Coaches like to say we're banged up, but Jason Christensen not kidding when he says his team took a beating in that victory over Bettendorf. Lots of punishment. That was a hard-fought battle.
Starting on mat 3, if you're just joining us here and looking for some on 145, we got Meyer and Kothi.
Yeah, this is the third time they've faced each other this year. Meyer winning both the prior matches, once very easily in the duel, and then at the conference tournament in the final, 3-1 victory for Meyer over Kothi. So Kothi, again, closing the gap and looking to better that here. But Meyer, tough, solid, just like his brother. Maybe a slow starter like his brother, but comes on late and fires it up. Two different styles, of course, but Aaron, a much lighter wrestler than Alex, but similar.
I feel like you're going to get your money's worth if you watch mat 4 right now. These two kids you guys were right, though. I mean, it's
all these matches, honestly, Dave, I'm looking around and I'm waiting to see what mat you're going to call right there, because I'm looking at every single one of these matches, the first fly-in. I mean, these guys are really scrapping hard.
But Wenger, the total control of Josh Wenger.
Well, you know, he did a headstand right there to kind of roll out of that situation to prevent
fearless
from getting scored on. I mean, you have to have confidence in your abilities, and that's Josh Wenger does, and he turns it into he's almost going to get a fall right here. He's got to adjust and get chest to chest.
Well, Mark, you said some great things about him earlier today. We were talking, so you're right. He is dialed in, though. He's got that look, doesn't he?
He really is. He feels it, and like I said, you know, confidence is everything. And Josh Wenger is wrestling, you know, with a ton of confidence this year and believing in himself and knows it's his senior year. And you can just tell when he steps foot on the mat. It's not like he's going out and protecting something. He's going out and he's getting something that he's been striving to get for a long time.
Right, and as we mentioned, those 3 fourth places have to eat at you because you know you just missed it.
Well, they just won that match right there by a technical fall. So Josh Wenger is going to find himself as the Saturday nighter in the finals for the first time, and we're waiting to see the outcome over here between Southeast Polk's Keegan Shaw and Cedar Falls' Daniel Kelly to see who he takes on tomorrow night.
Nevels and Zachary added on mat 6 in the third period now. Nevels trails 5-2. Zachary in control there and wrenching on Nevels at the moment here, trying to get him turned. But
Mark, is it tough after Pullmeyer was a state champion and Nevels had a chance to beat him? Is it tough to show up, or did you get on a roll? He's also wrestling another great wrestler. Is it tough to ask him to go back-to-back like that?
It's just, you know, it's a firecracker lit underneath you. It just makes you explode right into that next round, gives you a lot of confidence, makes you wrestle with a lot of excitement. You know, Pullmeyer, now on the other hand, that would be tough. That's where it comes, you know, when you're a state champ the year before, you get beat, you're in the wrestle back, it's not a familiar situation, to try and get up and still come back and get the best you can, which is third. So,
and the sad thing for Pullmeyer, Laura from Fort Dodge in the Consolations beat him out and he won't place.
Yes.
It's tough to bounce back.
It really is, and especially when you have to bounce back right away.
Right away.
And you can't come back, you know, for an evening session refreshed a little bit and with your head on straight. And that's what's, you know, that's what thing about this sport is, you know, so much of this sport, as Dave and I were talking about earlier in any sport, you know, but so much of it is just mental and like who's on at what time, and how your body is, and that's why you got to work hard in so many areas to make sure that you're feeling good every time you step on the mat. You don't take shortcuts. You get a proper warm-up in, proper nutrition. There's just so many things that go into it.
Fan favorite Freddie Stroker's taking the mat, I believe, on mat 5.
He's taking on Matt's spots.
Going for his third, of his career. He's a special wrestler.
Well, he's looking to be a 4-time finalist. Other than that loss to Thompson, which was epic battle.
I did not see that match, but I heard about it. That was in the finals of the Cedar Falls Keith Young tournament earlier this year, but it was in overtime, I believe.
And the Union coach said it's one of the best matches he's ever seen in his entire life. He doesn't care how many people say the low scoring, the no scoring, It was just a beautiful match between two perfect complements of each other. Shows you how tough Thompson is, because Stroker has been untouchable in 3A.
I hope they wrestle each other in the All-Star meet on Charles City, I believe, on March 28th. That would be fun to see, and I think that would get a lot of people up to Charles City just to see that match alone.
Zachary a winner on mat 6.
Zachary moves on, beats Neville's. Very, very good job by Zachary. Just a tough wrestler. He's been getting better all year. Shaw gets a point, but he trails 5-2 to Danny Kelly here in the third period on mat 4. And the other thing about Stroker is he's tech-falled the second and third guys. And in the duels, Aaron Meyer got within 11-3 of him, and that's about as close as anybody's come. I mean, he's just in total control.
Okay, when I see one.
Keep tight and hit something. Go for it. It has become something of a lost art. Remembering someone's face. Remembering a name. They're the building blocks of a strong, caring community. Can you think of anything else more important than that? We can't.
Keeping the people in this building comfortable is a top priority for us.
And Mid-American Energy can help.
40% of our energy bill was just keeping the lights on. Then we switched to energy-efficient lighting and bought new uniforms instead.
With new efficient appliances, I'm saving money on my energy and water bills.
And the money we save each month moving and drying this grain is easy to handle.
Regardless of size, Mid-American Energy can help improve your business's bottom line. The power is in your hands with Mid-American Energy.
She'll be Kothi and Meyer.
Thank you.
Right now, get any large original or flatbread sausage pizza for only $10. Casey's, famous for pizza.
Wells Fargo Arena 3A semifinals, bringing them to you on the Fairway Foods Championship Network. We just keep moving right along. We buzz right along, guys. Before you know it, we're in 152 here.
Well, this is the tough thing. I mean, my goodness, look at all these matches going on. Who do you watch at one time right now? I mean, you got a dogfight down here between Kelly and Keegan Shaw. 46 seconds to go, 5-2 score. Keegan Shaw's coming out with everything he's got. You got Alex Meyer, wrestling over there, Southeast Polk. We got Freddie Stroker wrestling, a 3-time, finalist, going for his third state championship. And then you got an extremely exciting match.
Great one.
0-0 down here, but these two guys are bulldogs going at it down here on mat number 6 with it being Dittmer
and Davis, yeah.
Dittmer of Southeast Polk and Josh Davis of Des Moines East. A couple of just horses.
Well, Davis has just been a freight train all year. His matches don't last very long. The Woodward match was as long as he won a really tough battle with Woodward in the quarters.
Oh boy. A lot of East pride too. They say Lee Township against the world. It'd be the first one in 50 years for Des Moines East.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And for Josh, it would be just poetic justice to get to the finals. He's had a rough career. He's been somebody everybody has their eyes on. He always gives you a glimmer, and then something happens. And there's 2 for Aaron Meyer, a late 2 with 12 seconds left. He gets 2 to go ahead of Kothi. Might hold him off again. Looks like Meyer's going to go to the finals. He was in the finals